Hey, welcome back to another edition of Everything Football 62. I'm your host, Jonathan Big Tex Johnson, aka Professor Tex, aka Uncle Tex. I'm gonna do a quick week review of what I saw this past week. I'm only doing it. I'm gonna really start doing these because, like I said, that's when I start getting. That's when I start. This that ninth week, and that's when whoever you're gonna be, that's who you're gonna be. All right. So I'm gonna just try to run through this here real quick. A couple of little breakdowns here and there. I looked at the whole game last night from New England and the Jets. The Jets have weapons. The Jets have weapons. Sam Darnold stays hurt too much. Flacco was finding them guys. And with Gilmore not playing, I think that played a lot in what was going on. That was strength on strength. They got skill players. Now put them skill players over there with Cam over there in New England. He has no skill players. None as far as wide receivers are concerned. And that's been Cam's whole career. His whole career. I'm going to tell you this right here. If Cam Newton, I'm going to tell you the type of football Cam plays. The type of football Cam plays is being played over there in Tennessee. That's his type of ball. That's what type of team he needs to be on. He has a couple of skilled guys. He got a nice tight ends over there and whatnot. He got the running game with David Henry. Tannehill don't have to throw that ball that much. They ground you out. They ground you. They pound you. They weigh you down. They go over the top and they play stout defense. All right, but I watched that game. It was good. It was a good win for them. I'm not a Pats fan. I'm a big Cam fan and whatnot. And like to see him win. He's just stuck again. Another quarterback that's stuck in a position where there's no talent basically around him, and he's the only talent there. New York Giants and Washington, that place is up for grabs. I ain't even gonna go into that. It's up for grabs. Talking about Tennessee and Chicago. Chicago could have did something. I said, what have I told you guys? I've told you guys time and time again. The only reason Nick Foles is starting is because Trubisky relieved him and then hurt his shoulder when they played last week. Come on, man. Nick Foles is not the answer. Can y'all say it with me? He is a relief pitcher. He got nothing left on the arm. He can come in and relieve and get you a save. That's what he can do. He's not a full-time starter. He's not a full-time starter. He ain't Sandy Koufax. You know what I'm saying? He ain't Steve Carlton. He ain't a Steve Carlton. You know what I'm saying? He's not one of them dudes, man. He's not. And Chicago is finding out. And Mitch Trubisky is not the answer, but he's a better alternative because he's more athletic than Foles. He can actually run. If he just cut down his mistakes, he could be all right. He showed what he could do back in, 2018? But again, like I say, Professor already told y'all that. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all that. Minnesota and Detroit, Dalvin Cook is a problem right now. If Dalvin Cook can stay healthy, Dalvin Cook is a problem. I've been talking about Dalvin Cook for a minute now. Dalvin Cook is a complete problem. The thing that he's been doing the past couple of weeks is absurd. I'm like, you're talking about somebody who over the past 2 weeks against Green Bay, he gashed them for 163 and 3 touchdowns and had the audacity to get up to get a receiving touchdown. 163, 30 rushes. Come back the other day, 22 rushes, 206 yards, 9.36 a carry. 9.36 a carry. He's at 858 yards rushing. Right? Basically through 7 games because he missed a game and a half, if I'm not mistaken. He scored all of 13 touchdowns last year. He's already at 12. He rushed for 1,135 yards last year. He missed 2 games last year. He's going to probably be 1,000 in the next couple of weeks. Right? But Zimmerman likes to run the football, and that is their strength. And see, Cousins, nothing, he hardly even threw the ball. And that's what I'm saying. Certain teams are running teams, and all that quarterback with that prolific stuff and all that kind of stuff, it don't work for every team. If you got Dalvin Cook there, you run him, and like I say, this is my kind of running back. He don't catch that many balls out the backfield, but if he does catch the balls out the backfield, once he gets squared away, he can take it to the house or he can make a bunch of big yards. But he's not that quote unquote they say dual threat or whatever like that. He runs the ball. The majority of his yards obviously is in between the tackles and running that ball. That's what a real running back. That's my opinion. That's what I grew up on. You know what I'm saying? So, Dalvin Cook, it's a problem, and you better watch the Minnesota. Like I said, long as he keeps doing what he's doing, they're fine. If they start trying to sit there and throw Kirk Cousins 40 times a game, then they will have a problem. They have a big problem. Let me just keep moving right along. Like I said, Detroit, Kansas City, and Carolina. I mean, Mahomes does what Mahomes does. You know what I'm saying? That's what them guys do. They got to pick it up on defense. Carolina's still trying to hang around there. McCaffrey come back, had a strong game. Got hurt his shoulder again. Here we go. I mean, like I said, is he the one that's going to be able to do it? He comes back after about 6 weeks of being hurt. Now they don't know whether or not he's going to play or not. He's day to day. But aren't we all? But he's day to day. No. You all pro. You this, that, and the other. Dude, I sit up there and read somewhere where they called him Christian McGlassifrey. It was funny. But like I said, though, man, but I'm like, can he be that guy? Oh, yeah, you can run him out there, wheel route him and stuff like that or whatever. Can he take the punishment? This ain't Stanford. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. We'll see. But that didn't surprise me. It was a little closer. But, Carolina, they play some solid football. Jacksonville and Houston. I mean, right now, Houston's looking for anything they can look for. Deshaun Watson is basically all they have. That's it. They done him really dirty with getting rid of sending DeHopkins over there to Arizona. That was just wow. But we'll see what happens with them. No surprise. That's a game they should have won anyway. Baltimore, Indiana, the Colts. I watched that whole game as a tale of two halves. And Cam started, not Cam, it's ridiculous. Lamar Jackson started doing what Lamar Jackson does. And I told y'all last week, I'm like, play your game. Play your game. It's fast, it's fun, and that's the way he plays. He can't play in that other way you're trying to make him play. That's why I did the Randall Cunningham video to show you what happened when old Rich Kotite, sit up there and mess that man up. No, you got to let him run. You gotta let that man run. You gotta let him run. That's what he does. That opens him up, gives him confidence, and then he can do what he needs to do. All of that stuff plays in his world. He has to be able to do that. You cannot just make him go back and try to turn him into a pocket passer. Stop trying to do that with these cats. You ruined their freaking careers. Ridiculous. Buffalo and Seattle. Josh Allen looking good. That was his best game as a pro. Give him that. But see, I don't see how you up a certain amount and you come back and you let teams sit up there and drop back and give you and put 34 up on you. Their defense is suspect. And I don't really trust them that much. But, like I say, New England is kind of down this year. They got a lot of weapons. They're young. They've been to the playoffs the last couple of years. And I think they're probably going to take the AFC East. They should. But it's just something that just ain't right about them. Inconsistent ball, because they should have lost against Carolina last week. Unfortunately, Cam fumbled that ball, because that would have been that was an L for them. They would have lost 3 straight. But they survived this one. Russell Wilson turned the ball over uncharacteristically. That's not that's not him. But he can do what you see. They fought back. And whatnot. But their defense is giving up a lot of points. Matter of fact, the whole NFL is in these games. A lot of points is being given up. Go ahead and go to Atlanta and Denver. To be expected. I think Atlanta's won 2 in a row, so we'll see what happens with them. But I ain't putting nothing on them. The Chargers and the Raiders, 31-26. I'm like, okay, Chargers still like to play that ball. Everything got to come down to the last second with them and whatnot. And everybody talking about Justin Herbert. I said, let me tell you something about rookie quarterbacks. I've always said, rookie quarterbacks, talk to me the second year. The second year. If you're good, you might do a little something your rookie year, and because there's no film on you, insofar as it's in the NFL, they just only know stuff that you do in college. You can sneak up on some people. Let's see what you do the second year when everybody gets a chance to get film on you, what you do, how you sit your feet, how you do your hips, all your tendencies, because they're not thinking about you in college. And let's see when can you adjust to that. That's the key. Not the first year, second year. You follow? Pitt and Dallas, I watched that train wreck. I ain't got much of a comment on that. But the only comment I basically have on that is the fact that, still in it in the NFC East. Very good game between Miami and Arizona. Here's another problem. That's why I say, not Carolina, but New England might be in trouble because Miami's won 3 or 4 straight now, I think. And Tua, they balled. Arizona should have won that game. Shouldn't have never got to that. 34-31. Too many points being scored. No defense is being played. None. No defense is being played. That's why it's wide open. No defense is being played. Whoever is going to sit there and buckle down and play defense, that's going to be who's going to win your Super Bowl. Who really buckles down and play some defense. New Orleans and Tampa Bay, that was just a complete ass whipping. That was an ass whipping. Brady looked like garbage. They got all that talent over there, and I've been saying for the past 3 years, Brady's arm, it's not what it used to be. Not that his arm was ever that in the first place. But that right there, everybody jumping on Tampa Bay, I'm just like, I don't see it. I just don't see it. His aura would get them a couple of wins, but I don't see it. And they're stout, but it's just like people don't want to come out and say it, but he might be the Achilles heel. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think he has it in his arm no more, and it happens that way. You know what I'm saying? People talk about Drew Brees. They say, okay, yeah. Drew Brees has done a lot of great things and continue to do great things. But the thing I have with Drew Brees, when the playoffs come, he's not at his best, and he definitely wasn't at his best last season. Did not look good at all. He did not look good the year before that. People keep missing that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm talking about. Green Bay and San Francisco, come on. And I'm going to end up doing a show for y'all. For all you jokers that was talking that crap about Jimmy G. Now, Jimmy G, has been talks about him being on the trade block. Now, I know he ain't going nowhere this year because all that time is come and gone. What I tell y'all, y'all was ready to put him in a gold jacket. Now they ready to get rid of him because they trying to really say that that's really not who Shanahan really wants. That's the crazy part about it. That's not who he really wants. But we're going to see. But I'm going to do a show on Jimmy G. Jimmy G has been injury prone now. There it is. There it is. So, again, like I say, man, this game's a marathon. Beautiful violence. It's a marathon. And like I say, man, we'll see what happens. I say, but that was week 1 of the second half. And this is where I get integral into. This is where I'll be doing more shows and getting into things and getting you guys to see things, historical aspects as well, and start really breaking down to you cats what's really happening and what's going on. But this season here, it's a toss-up. Ain't nobody you don't know what anybody's going to do. You don't know. But y'all stay tuned for tomorrow. I got a show. It's kind of dedicated to my man Hoghead Cheese. He asked me about Randall Cunningham being that of a Hall of Famer. I'm gonna break some things down about him and Donovan McNabb. You know what I'm saying? But y'all wait for that tomorrow. I tell you guys all the time. Like I said, there's no greatest of all time as long as time's still going on. And like I tell you guys, numbers don't lie and get emotional. People do. You guys have a good one.